In the beginning, Ushio and his father, a priest, can be seen enjoying a meal together while talking about a 500-year-old temple in the village where a legendary spear is worshipped. The weapon belongs to a yokai hunter, but the yokai hunter are beings that cannot be seen with their naked eye. But Ushio just thinks that his father's trying to scare him with impossible monsters, and so he doesn't believe him, making his father furious. Today, Ushio is asked to take care of his temple as his father was going on a trip. His father also asked him to get the books out of the warehouse. After a while, Ushio goes to the warehouse to get the books, but he notices a secret door. As curious as he is, he tries to open it but fails miserably and falls. Just then, he realizes that there's a yokai standing right behind him. This scares him to his soul, but he notices a spear going through his shoulder. This can only be removed by humans, and it turns out that his father was right all along. The yokai has been imprisoned here for 500 years now. The yokai demands Ushio remove the weapon from his body, upon which is your question, what would he do once he's free? It seems like the yokai aren't the smartest beast after all, as he says that he'll eat Ushio and turn the whole place into a living hell like how he did 500 years ago. Well, naturally, Ushio denies his demands, after which the yokai proposes to leave Ushio alone if he helps him. But the beast is a threat to the village, and setting him free is not in his best interest, so he leaves the beast there and goes to his school. On the way, he meets his classmates Nakamura and Inoue. Ushio realizes that he forgot to get Nakamura's textbook. Until now, we know that Ushio is a little careless, but in the next scene, we see that he's very good at football and he's very interested in drawing. He's been thinking about the yokai all day, and even when he was returning, he could not shake the yokai off his mind. That evening, Nakamura and Inoue drop by Ushio's house to grab her notebook, but Ushio starts seeing small creatures all around, while Nakamura and Inoue are oblivious about it. Ushio suspects it was all yokai's doing, and so he goes to interrogate him. The yokai is amused as he hysterically laughs, and he tells him that his being captured for 500 years has gathered his aura in the area, and Ushio, his energy has spread all around. This is attracting all the little yokai, and since yokai and Ushio's aura has been touched, so he can see the little yokais running around. While Ushio is having a little conversation with yokai, he hears Nakamura and Inoue screaming. Ushio says that something's wrong and starts worrying about what's going on. That is when the yokai says, "You'll not be able to defeat them, but I can help you with this, and for this, you have no choice but to free me." Ushio knows he's right. He cannot defeat those little beasts, and without a second thought, he agrees to do it. But you can't trust a yokai at all. As soon as he removes the beast's spear from his body, yokai attacks Ushio in the instant to eat him. After realizing what was happening, he slams the spear on the floor, after which it connects to his soul energy, turning him into the yokai hunter. This baffles the monster as Ushio looks exactly like the hunter who defeated him 500 years ago. Looking visibly terrified, yokai begins running at the speed of sound while keeping his promise. By this time, all the mini yokais begin to fuse, forming into a deadly being, while Inoue and Nakamura are hiding. But yokai and Ushio both attack together, destroying them instantly. He learns that the beast's spear can communicate with him, and it works by converting the human soul into energy, and the spear only exists to hunt the yokai. After the job is done, the yokai begins to leave, but Ushio does not let him go, as his aura attracts more monsters. This makes the yokai very angry, but he's helpless as Ushio is holding the beast's spear. He has no option but to play along with him, and Ushio gives him a name, Tora. The yokai has no idea about the world, as he was stuck with the beast spear for 500 years, and when he is a samurai in the television set, he proceeds to attack, destroying the only source of entertainment Ushio had in his house. Ushio is adamant about not letting yokai leave, and he even brings him to school with him. Yokai is an invisible beast, as said by Ushio's father, and surely enough, no one in the school can see him latched onto Ushio's shoulders. Tora is plotting on eating Ushio, while Ushio wants to kill the yokai. Meanwhile, Nakamura and Inoue are going towards the old school building to collect some books, and when they come across a statue of stone, Ushio and Tora are attending a class when the beast spear begins to act weird. Ushio realizes that there's something wrong, and it got obvious when they heard an explosion near the old building. It seems like everybody's turning into stones and there's panic everywhere. Tora talks about the rock eater while Ushio is very confused. Tora does not want to help Ushio while he's searching for Nakamura and Inoue everywhere. Full of officers began coming at the same time, and the news of 5 students disappearing from the school tram spread everywhere. People think this is the work of a kidnapper, but Ushio knows that it's the work of a monster. Tora does not want to help at all, and they even begin fighting with each other, but since Ushio can easily overpower him because of the beast spear, he gives in and talks about the rock monster. These rock monsters turn humans into rocks and then eat them. They can be quite the pain and very difficult to defeat. Meanwhile, it is shown that we can see Nakamura and Inoue are inside his barrier. The barrier is a different dimension that people from the real world cannot see. The Rock Eater tries to intimidate the two girls, but it's not easy. The Rock Eater attacks her and then turns her into stone. Ushio jumps into the two girls but is easily overpowered by the Rock Eater as a spear falls away from him. The Rock Eater is turning him into stone while Tora is trying to escape. Ushio asks him to save the two girls before the barrier closes. This shocks Tora as he sees how selfless Ushio is. Tora jumps in to save Ushio as he wants to be the one who wants to eat Ushio, but he's too easily overpowered by the Rock Eater, turning him into stone. With no other way, Ushio is left counting his moments. Thinking about the beast spear, that is when the weapon comes flying, rescuing him from becoming a statue, and then Ushio sends the spear to block the barrier from closing. Tora attacks the Rock Eater with his lightning power, breaking the entire dimension and bringing both monsters out into the real world. The Rock Eater transforms into a giant centipede and comes to attack Tora. Tora tells Ushio to spit on the weapon and poke the centipede's left eye, which Ushio follows and saves the day. This earns them a place in the news, and Tora is very happy to himself become much of a celebrity while Ushio's father comes back talking about the yokai again. He notices that the underground doors open and the beast is free. He had seen the spear in Ushio's hands, and putting two and two together, he knew exactly what happened. Meanwhile, Ushio is out with Tora at an art exhibition, admiring a peculiar painting which was the last painting made by Hanyu. The painting was of Rako, Hanyu's daughter, and Tora knew that the painting was cursed. Despite being a yokai hunter, he gets bullied by his classmates while Tora laughs at him. A girl enters the scene and asks them to leave him and kill her instead. She looks exactly like the girl in Hanyu's painting. She's become quite famous because of her attempting suicide 4 times. Ushio wants her to model for his painting, but Rako denies and she warns him about his life. Ushio takes it as a joke when suddenly a truck appears in front of him. He manages to save himself as he has the beast spear while Tora notices an evil spirit leaving her. Rako is very mysterious as she's seen talking to somebody addressing her as her father. Ushio is very curious about this girl and so he asked Nakamura about her. Nakamura said that whoever talked to her died in an accident mysteriously, and it seemed like she cannot die as much as she wants to kill herself. There's something that is always saving her. She says that there's a demon living within her. And knowing all of this shocked Ushio, and when he's making his way back home, Kanchan stops him and asks him to stay away from Rako. He tells how Hanyu lost his mind after his wife ran away with someone. Rako now lives alone as Hanyu gives his life while making a painting, after which strange incidents started happening around Rako. There's a demon who always follows the girl around, and Ushio, being the yokai hunter, takes it upon himself to save Rako, which is ultimately done by destroying the painting. We also learned that the spear cannot hurt a human, as Rako wasn't hurt even after getting stabbed by a human. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to us for more content, and comment if you want a part 2. Have a good day.